Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians Cast, episode 670. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Connor. What's up, Connor?
Shit.
What's up, Mike D?
That's what friends are for.
In good times and bad times,
I'll be on your side forevermore. Yeah, except during this case, that case, that case. So, anyways, yeah, what's up?
All right, so what's the news, Connor, about Series 9 of Doctor Who?
I'm going to read off Doctor Who TV's advance review of The Magician's Apprentice.
Excellent.
If that's okay with you, because it's quite long.
It's okay with me. I don't like to talk all the time. So
Connor sounds ominous this evening.
Alright, then I'll read this off then. Because obviously everywhere is kind of releasing these now, so we're starting to get more insight into what the opening episode is. So,
right.
Did that really just happen? Are the words you'll say, or more likely be jumping around the room shouting after watching this year's Doctor Who series opener. Yes, from the pre-title sequence to its grim end, the Magician's Apprentice grabs a hold on you and doesn't really let go. You are left stunned at what has just transpired, even if a niggling part of you just knows it can't really end like that. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Due to some strict conditions on what can and can't be talked about in a pre-air review, it's very hard to even sum up exactly what kicks the plot into gear, but we'll try and step around things. Earth's planes are seemingly frozen in the skies, and Clara is called to Unit HQ, with a brief cameo from Kate, to try and find the Doctor and get to the bottom of it all. Problem is, the Time Lord is missing in action. They are not the only ones looking for him though. A sinister foe lurks in the shadows with a larger plan at work. This is an incredibly ambitious opener, with a lot going on and a sense of scale that is far removed from Deep Breath last year, which seems positively sedate in comparison now. You may even question if the BBC has shown the series backwards. It feels like a follow-up to a certain RTD finale that shan't be named, crossed with the Pandorica Opens. Initially it moves along at a very solid pace from each varied location to the next. It's only halted by a slightly saggy middle section, where the story grinds to a bit of a halt. Things soon escalate again after that though. You actually have to wait a fair bit of time for Capaldi to make his grand entrance, post-opening titles, and what an entrance it is. Capaldi simply exudes cool in a seeming shift to a far more laid-back and confident Doctor, a scene that likely reflects Capaldi himself being much more comfortable in the role now. However, this outward appearance merely masks a darker side that is still very well intact. We later get to see Capaldi flex his acting chops in a fantastically epic confrontation. With the Doctor's absence early on, it's left to Clara to lead the charge once again. Jenna Coleman again taking a bit of an enhanced flatline-ish role for a while. It's no secret to say Clara and Missy eventually cross paths, and an uneasy pairing is formed in an effort to try and find where the Doctor is. This makes for some awkwardly fun scenes. If you liked Michelle Gomez's take on the Master, then you get plenty more of her balmy antics here. Although we also see a slightly different side to the character. Fear not, she hasn't dropped being evil, but there's a little more to it. Thankfully, the flirty Missy Doctor banter is toned down to focus on something more resembling a very odd friendship. For those seeking answers on Missy's survival or origins, you may come away disappointed. As publicity has shown, Daleks are also involved. Lots of Daleks from all areas, in fact. But how and why would spoil the fun of their eventual reveal? What can be said is that they don't feature in part one of the story very much, but when they do, they'll remind you exactly why they can be such a threatening foe. Due to those restrictions again, we can't talk about some of the very important characters in the episode. There are many surprising returns, including a few monsters, Some of them amount to little more than cameos for long-time fans to enjoy, but one makes a very, very welcome return and gets more screen time. The actor in question brings a subdued malevolence to proceedings. Hetty MacDonald is back on directing duties for the first time since Blink. Don't expect anything in style though. This couldn't be more different. This is distinctly more of a Doctor Who blockbuster. There are creepy moments, the pre-title sequence is nice and eerie, and it has a lot more to it. There is a hell of a lot going on through the many locations, some in space, some overseas, action, drama, and CGI magic. MacDonald, however, somehow manages to keep it all together. Murray Gold complements with the music score that provides nice arrangements of some old favourites. If there's a weakness, it's the sheer audacity of the plot might threaten to buckle under its own weight when examined under closer inspection, and much of this will depend on whether things are explained satisfactorily enough in the second half. There are plenty of questions that the opener raises that hopefully won't be glossed over. Moffat has also upped the stakes so impossibly high, it makes you wonder and hope that at least one of the major, and we mean major things that transpires, sticks. If everything is undone in the second half with another timey-wimey twist, or a dreaded Duke's Ex Machina, it will be a disappointment and missed opportunity to add some lasting consequences. It can't just rely on shock value alone. Ultimately, it's a little hard to judge things based on this one alone, as it's only half of the story and a lot is left up in the air. But it's nevertheless a gripping setup which holds a lot of promise. There are laughs, shocks, scares, and many of the things you want out of a great Doctor Who episode. Let's hope the Witch's Familiar doesn't let the side down. That's it.
That's a mouthful.
Wait, could you go back and read that again?
Yeah, I missed the part where no. Okay, so are we allowed to say anything? Not really.
I know nothing spoilery more than that. I know that the snake guy is called Colony Sarf, and he's made of snakes.
There's no relation to the Mara?
I don't think so, but he's a servant of someone that's supposed to be returning. But
Omega?
I think it's Omega. Yeah.
Okay, so in other words, they're saying that this ties in with Stoner, Journey's End, probably, right?
Yeah, and it's also a mix of the
Pandorica. Okay, so Omega is the big fish. The
Could
big
be.
fish of Series 5, 6, 7, whatever, in the background, he's been behind everything, probably.
Yep.
Like we predicted a while ago. They just waiting to use them. They could have used them the 50th. They could have used them whatever. All right, so that's a plus because I've been dying to see Omega return. And he's part of the overall thing for the actual finale, probably. Well, that's fantastic. All right, can we say anything about Davros or not really?
I think, yeah, we can say stuff about Davros. I think he's only in the last 5 or 6 minutes there.
Could we say what happens or not really? Or we don't know that happens?
Well, I don't know what happens. I
Okay.
think the cliffhanger, though, I think I know what it is, but I'm not going to say because it's
All right, then we won't say it. But
surprise, I think.
yeah, I don't want to like ruin it for everybody if that's what it is. It is going to be something that's going to be talked about the whole friggin' week because, again, if it's not handled correctly or explained properly, like this is something that can't be explained like in the Time of the Doctor where they explained Madame Bavarian what she did in one sentence, okay, for the whole 3-4 years worth. This has to be explained properly. This has to be fixed properly. Whatever happens, like they said, can't be undone right, because this will lead to a massive plot hole, city debate. You know, not that there's going to be Moffat bashing, but, you know, again, the first part's always better than the second part. History has shown that. Dark Water's fantastic. Death in Heaven is not fantastic.
Mm.
So, I don't know why that is. You know,
It's just that the story, I think he writes it at the same time, so it's one big story. He starts to get bored of the story towards the end, and then he starts to rush it.
I think basically he gets the story done early, and then the ending he does rush it, and that I think that's what happens. Like when Russell T Davies was with him, he had time. He's like, take your time, do whatever, and he gets it right, and he gets it washed and corrected and checked by Russell T Davies. When he's by himself, he just, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I have to have faith that he's going to do the right thing. We want to see the Daleks represented properly. We want to see why the Doctor is without the TARDIS, without the sonic screwdriver, without Clara. How did he get there? I mean, that's, where is the TARDIS? Why is Clara with Missy? What the heck is happening to the Earth that's linked to Skaro?
I mean, one positive thing that comes from these reviews early is that apparently the Daleks are supposed to be back to being bastards again.
Oh, the top villains.
Yeah, like
they should.
The ones back to the days when they killed without talking.
Right.
They wouldn't have a full conversation, speech / whatever monologue before killing someone. They just.
I said, and you said, I said that I would expect Clara to get shot, and then they say exterminate after for spite. For spite. I would expect if anybody's going to kill Clara, the Daleks would kill Clara. Now, is any truth to that? Because I'm hearing rumors that that's happening.
Well, you've just given away the cliffhanger, possibly.
Oh, and the Magician's Apprentice?
Well, yeah, that's probably what the cliffhanger is going to be.
Oh. I thought the cliffhanger was something to do with Davros.
No, Davros will be revealed, and then he'll give the order for Clara to be killed, and the Doctor will be in a room where he's helpless. He can't help her. Missy escapes with the TARDIS, and then she's killed.
Missy escapes with the TARDIS.
Yeah, because in the synopsis for The Witch's Familiar, he's on his own. He's got nothing but himself in a city full of Daleks.
So then everything gets undone and she's alive. And then she joins him in episode 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever.
Well, I honestly don't know about that. We'll see.
Okay.
It probably will get undone though, Moffat.
Oh, so Clara dies in the first episode? I didn't know that. I thought she dies in the finale.
It's not confirmed. It's not confirmed, but it seems that when they're talking about they don't want it to be undone because it's got a huge consequence, it seems like Clara being killed is the likely thing that they're talking about.
So what he's doing is...
They're not going to kill off Missy, because if they kill off Missy like that, then it's not really going to have that much of a consequence.
So he's repeating the Impossible Astronaut, with the exception being that the Doctor doesn't die, that Clara dies.
He's more repeating the Pandorica Opens.
Where Amy died.
Where Amy dies.
Why don't he just stop repeating?
He can't help himself.
He's copying off of himself. Like, stop copying off yourself. I mean, we know you copy off other people sometimes, but... Alright, so this is exactly... Amy dies, gets thrown into the Pandorica, she's brought back, Clara dies, timeline is altered, he restores the timeline, Clara doesn't die.
I expect she doesn't actually come back, though, Clara. I think... the way that the series is going to work is that...
The whole timeline's altered?
No, is that what we'll see in the first 2 episodes is the finale. It's the end. It's the end.
Of the season?
It's going to be a bit like the 6th season for Series 6. but a bit more complicated because I think that all of the adventures that we'll see from that point on.
All flashbacks?
No, not flashbacks per se, but they
They're
all.
just told. They're told out of sequence.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And
Oh.
the doctor would know what happened to her, as we said on a previous show, because in an interview, Peter said he knew what happened to Clara. Well, the doctor, sorry, knew what happened to Clara.
So in other words, this is going to be like those movies told in reverse, where, but with the exception being that everything is not in reverse, but all different points in time that somehow forms together in a puzzle, that when you see the next to the last episode and then you go into the finale, it all makes sense?
I'd say so.
Oh, God. Oh,
It's a good idea because then
oh,
you're pretty much like setting everything.
oh, God.
You're pretty much setting and finishing everything up.
Oh, my God.
2 episodes.
Oh my god.
So.
Why do we got to do it like that? Why can't you just have 2-parters, 3-parters, 18-parters, whatever? Why do you got to, like, start screwing with people? And then, all right, let's just take the season, mix it up, and episode 8 is episode 1, and it's like, oh. There's got to be it's got to be a nice finish. If it's got to be done right if he's going to do it like that. Is he going to do it right? Or is he going to screw it up?
He's not the only writer of this series, thank God.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, worried, man. Is this what you telling me about that you were worried?
No.
Because I'm worried now.
I was worried about the fact that it sounds like a 75-minute episode and it's actually in 45 minutes.
What do you mean?
It's going to be all over the place.
Wait a minute. Which is I'm sorry. Magician's Apprentice is supposed to be 60 minutes.
It's 45 minutes.
Why is it 45 minutes?
I don't know, but it's gonna you're gonna be in one location for 2 seconds, and then you're gonna jump somewhere else, and then jump somewhere else.
Wait a minute.
It's gonna be like on drugs.
We were told that the Magician's Familiar was 60 minutes.
Who were you told by?
Well, didn't they state that they were going to put it in the theaters originally?
No.
No? They didn't say originally they were going to put Magician's Apprentice as 60 minutes, and the second part was 45 minutes?
I don't remember it ever being said.
Crap. So in other words, we're going to have a normal-sized episode for the opener?
Yeah, that may be immensely rushed.
Oh.
So.
Oh, my God. Why? What's the problem? So wait, what about the prequel?
The prequel's 5 minutes.
Okay, so 45 minutes becomes 50 minutes. What's the other 10 minutes?
Other 10 minutes? What do you mean?
Okay.
There was never supposed to be another extra 10 minutes. It's not.
There was never supposed to be a 60-minute Magician's Apprentice.
They're not making up time. They're just doing it 45 minutes, like any normal episode.
And this guy, the person that said it's rushed.
No, I said that it's in places it's a bit jumpy because you're going from one location to the other. Like one minute you'll be on Skara, the next you'll be in Dorian's bar, the next you'll be on Khan.
Dorian Moldovar's bar.
I've told you already. It's in the.
I know, but is he in it?
No, he's not in it. No.
Why not?
Because this is where Colony Sarth comes into it all. He travels to all these locations to look for the Doctor. That's what he's doing.
They still didn't explain who the Headless Monks are. We saw the beginning. We saw the end. Who the F are they? They never said anything.
I don't know.
They just that just didn't make it as Jedis. I mean, it's like ridiculous. What's it? It's like, what the hell?
What does Mike think?
I'm interjecting as we're going along, fellas.
Right.
I mean, as far as
oh my God,
I don't really have a problem with, I guess, like sequentially showing what would really be at the series end at the beginning and just kind of work backwards. I don't have a problem with that. At least it's something different.
But we're not going backwards. We're going from page 500 to page 32 to page 147 He's going totally all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, when does the
And
Zygon
it's
two-parter...
because it's from the end of the story.
Okay. When does the Zygon two-parter take place? Before the Day of the Doctor?
No, after the Day of the Doctor, before Death in Heaven.
After Day of the Doctor.
Yeah, well, that's why it was said to be a prequel.
Okay. Wait, how is that a prequel?
The Day of the Doctor is a prequel to that.
Well, okay. When did Clara first meet Kate Stewart that the memories are wiped, that we never saw that adventure? What is that?
I don't know.
In Day of the Doctor, she's like, oh, you were here already with me.
That might be this one.
So that might be the Zygon that's coming?
No, the Magician's Apprentice.
So then she doesn't die.
Her
Because,
timeline screwed up.
well, no, I mean, she doesn't die because Day of the Doctor, like, she's alive.
Is she though? Because remember that she's
Next thing you're going to tell me is that when the 11th Doctor saved her in Name of the Doctor, that wasn't really Clara, it was one of her other selves.
Well, how do we know that it's actually the real Clara?
Oh, crap.
The real one.
Here we go now. Oh, because the real Clara couldn't even know what an email was. Oh. The friggin' waitress. She's a friggin' waitress in the last episode, for crying out loud.
I'm really trying not to spoil things. I don't know anything, but
How do you, like, first of all, alright, if that's
well, why don't you give like a spoiler announcement and then talk about that?
I don't even know what a spoiler is.
Well, I want to hear what Connor's. I want to hear what he's got up his sleeve.
I haven't got anything. I'm just saying that we're guessing things that I think are going to be pretty close, but I don't want to spoil it for everyone. So
at least I can't spoil it because I don't know what I'm spoiling.
If they're guesses, that's all it is. We theorize all the time. Throw it on the table. Let's hear it.
First of all, like, if that's the way to end Clara, where she's dead and then another shade or whatever she is as a waitress, that's pathetic. Because that means she waits on tables for the rest of her life and doesn't make anything out of herself. She doesn't evolve. She's like, would you like eggs and sausages and pancakes? That's terrible. That's like hell.
Most people work in their lives.
But this is, okay, but that's like with Donna Noble erasing her memory type of thing. That's terrible.
She's pretty. She'll be the guy that'll thank her the rest of her life.
Oh, my God.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Well, it's better than Adric, who ended up like a pancake.
Oh, and the hell with Danny Pink, right? All of a sudden, Moffat's like, I wouldn't have worked that anyway. He just had a whole timeline based on them getting married and having kids. Oh, my God. I'm feeling verklempt right now.
Well, we'll find out next week, 10 days from now.
And Maisie Williams is in the finale also.
I think so, actually, yeah.
So who the hell is she, River?
No, she won't be River.
He's full of crap.
Who?
When he said, Moffat, when he said she's a new character. That's bull.
Yeah, but he also said last year that the Master wasn't coming back, and look what happened.
Yeah, he's full of it.
Shit.
No monsters are coming back, and the Daleks are not monsters; they're robots. Give me a break. Give me a break. Oh, for Christ's sake, this guy.
Well, on the bright side, the 1963 Daleks have a lot to do, apparently.
That's nice.
So.
Did she die in 1963?
No.
Okay. Man. No, it's like they're sitting at a big table. They're like, oh, it'd be so cool if we did this. And the other person's like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's all right. Let's just make the whole friggin' season so messed up that nobody even knows what's happening. Not even us. Oh, my God. I hope I'm wrong. Please let me be wrong. Please.
Yeah, I kind of felt I'm wrong as well.
Please let me be wrong. Please. Man. I mean, what do you think, Connor? What's your thing?
I only think that Clara's going to die. at the end of The Magician's Apprentice.
Oh,
That's it.
I'm
Really.
heartbroken, man. I'm heartbroken. You're killing me, man. You're killing me. I don't want Clara to die. You're killing me.
Well, eventually she's going to leave anyway, so...
That's ridiculous. Oh, my God. That sucks. What about Danny Pink? No, poor Danny Pink.
He's not going to come back. He was
Oh, for Christ's sake. Nobody liked Danny Pink?
No.
Okay, so you're telling me now Osgood's the new companion, right? Osgood? What do you mean?
No.
Why?
Well, why would we choose the new companion?
Because he said all the time in space for your
He
bucket
was
list.
lying to keep her alive longer.
But
You
listen,
didn't realize that.
listen to me. She got her bucket back, okay? So now she has to fill it again. So
Yeah,
she's
but-
the companion.
But it's like Linda with a Y from Series 1.
Linda with the Y sucked.
No, but do you seriously expect that, despite him telling her that he'd let her go travelling with him, that she actually would, and
Yes.
he would actually let her?
Yes, he would let her.
It's the Doctor being a bastard. He's saying it to...
He was going to really make her a companion. He wasn't lying.
Yeah, but he's saying it, that the main reason, the very fundamental reason he's saying that is because then that gives them the motivation to stay alive.
But when was she wasn't, no, that was not why he told her that. He had every intention of making her a companion. He didn't know that Missy's like, oh, well, I'm going to fix that.
Yeah, but she was never going to survive the situation she was in.
Oh, come on. She'll make a great companion. That's good. That'll be the whole thing, that she has to get out of her funk with being obsessive with the Doctor and come into her own. That'd be a long-standing thing. That would work. Then you find out who her mysterious twin sister is, or whatever. Because she has a sister that's prettier than her, that they said.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Well, it means she has a sister that's prettier than her.
It's your twin sister, so whatever. Is it really? Maybe that's what Osgood is. Another Osgood.
Who knows?
I don't know. All right. Well, people, this is just a momentary setback. Not really sure what's happening. I'll get over it. I was pretty positive until tonight.
Well, you should be positive, actually, still, because it sounds like it's actually going to be a decent opener for once.
Well, yeah, I mean, all the reviews we've heard have been, like, outstanding, so...
Yeah, nines and 5 stars.
I mean, I am happy I got my way. Davros is back. So, Scarrow is back. Davros is back.
So the Sarf guy now is not one of Davros's bounty hunter guys, or somebody that's his right-hand man? We're thinking it's Omega?
He could be Davros's, but I think that he's something much bigger.
So he's Omega's guy?
I think he might be Omega's, yeah.
And is the Silence Omega's people too?
No.
Did he
Just
create
Sarf.
the Silence?
No, just Sarf at the moment.
Who created the Silence?
Well, who gives a fuck about the Silence? They're not in it.
I do.
Then go watch Matt Smith's era and find out. I don't know.
Where is the Weeping Angels?
He's already seen it like 20 times.
Every day I'm watching Doctor Who. Where's the Weeping Angels?
I thought the Shadow... Who was the in Time of the Doctor? I forget the character's name, but the lady that he knew that they introduced. Yeah, and that whole group, they involved in this whole equation somehow?
Doubt they would be. I don't. They created the Silence, Joe. There you go. Tasha Lem and the
They
church.
created the Silence?
Yeah.
Yeah, they created the Silence. There you go. There's your answer.
All right. Thank you, Connor. That
Yeah,
really
remember
makes me feel great now.
They made like this big build-up, like you're going on a roller coaster. You're about to have like this huge drop, and you find out you only fall like about 3 feet.
Where did they say they created the Silence? I know Silence were there, but they didn't say they created the Silence.
Well, the Silence were there, so I assume that they created it.
Well, you know, the Daleks were in with Winston Churchill. It doesn't mean that that stupid robot guy created the Daleks.
It's another Moffat, like, go nowhere thread
Mm-hmm.
where you're expecting, like, a big payoff and there's a whimper.
Okay. I'm going to enjoy it, I'm sure. Because we really don't know what the hell we're talking about. We really don't know what's happening.
Yeah, this is speculation.
What is happening? We really don't know. So, that's a good thing. For once. There you go. Kate Stewart's in it for a couple seconds, right?
Yeah, she's only going to be in it for like a minute or 2, 3.
Davros is in it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Missy's in it for like 25 minutes.
She'll be in it for like 30, 35.
And the Doctor's in it for like 5 minutes. Is this a Dr. Light episode?
No, the Doctor's in it for like...
The whole episode.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And Clara's in it for the whole episode as well, I think.
All right. And then which is familiar? Anything on that?
Only that Davros is in it. I don't know anything else.
Oh, man. This is freaky, man. It is cool, though. I like the cool title. The 2 titles. I like Davros being in it. That's pretty cool. And I'm glad Missy's in it immediately, which we predicted that, too. So. Anything, Connor? Anything else?
No, that's it. Really. We'll find out in 10 days what happens.
Yes. And even if somebody leaks the episode, I'm not going to see it this time.
I doubt anyone will leak it. Although they're getting the 2-parter in full in Cardiff tomorrow at a cinema thing. So.
What do you mean in cinema? You can go see it?
Yeah.
So go see it.
I can't go see it now.
Why?
Because
yeah, work.
it'll be sold out. Yeah.
Okay. So somebody's going to spoil it tomorrow.
Well, yeah, probably. Tomorrow being Thursday, not Wednesday. It's Wednesday over here, so.
The suspense is killing me, bro. I love it. I can't freaking wait for this thing to start.
Well, it's
Seriously.
only 10 days, so.
10 days. A lot can happen in 10 days. All right. That's it?
Yep.
All right. Take care. Bye for now.